My dieting habits have been pretty consistent over the years. I was an athlete growing up, and so to be thin actually came naturally when I was younger, and I think a lot of that could be due to the amount of exercise and such. And so then in college was working out and played collegiate soccer, then had 4 babies, and things kind of changed for me. So 50 pounds for each child. Then I had to figure out, hey, what do I need to do to get back to where I'm feeling myself again, feeling refreshed and ready to tackle the day with 4 kids and a business. So at that point, I decided, hey, let me just start doing some research and what does it look like to eat healthy? Because before it was load up on pasta before soccer games, and that's going to give you the energy you need. And so just started looking at what does clean eating look like? How do I feel best? Because I think each person kind of needs different things as well. And so I looked at what I was currently eating and then how it could become fuel for me to give me energy. I don't feel like I deprive myself in this quest to feel the best and be the best that God created me to be. And so while I won't indulge as I had done in the past, and where in the moment it feels so good, on the back end, I feel so much better because I've made good choices in my diet. My favorite kind of donut is the Krispy Kreme with the chocolate on top. And so if somebody said, hey, we've got donuts here in the office, what do you want to do? And I'd probably take a bite if I really felt like I needed to at this particular moment. I had a chocolate protein shake this morning, so I really don't have the craving for it. I'm not saying that I'm above having cravings, because that's not true for anybody, but at this particular moment I would pass it up altogether. But let's just say I was really in a moment that I'm like, I need chocolate, I need that chocolate donut, then I would probably do a bite or half, and that's probably what I do. So if I was at a social gathering, they had wings, brownies, what else, donuts, anything that was something like that, I would try to find, if I was generally hungry, I would try to find the healthiest option there. And so, for me though, I carry a lot in my bag of just snacks and stuff to be able to still enjoy social gatherings without having to indulge. But for those, I would probably go for the wings and not eat the skin. How do I know when I'm physically hungry? Usually I start seeing it in my production rate goes down, my body starts to feel a little bit more fatigued, because we were designed to eat food and to have, water and all sorts of things going through us. So for me, it's just I see decline in my positivity and energy levels. So my breakfast, lunch, and dinner looks like on a regular basis. I start my day off with a protein shake, and that is in the blender. So I add all sorts of spinach and greens and different frozen fruits. And again, it's vegan pea protein that I use for that. And so that is a combination of chocolate and vanilla protein. So I start my day with that. And then halfway through the day, if I feel like I need a snack kind of around the 10-ish, I'll do green apples, almond butter, something like that. And then around the 1 o'clock lunchtime, I'll do a protein shake, and I'll do chocolate, and I just add water, shake it up, I have that. And then before I go get my kids from school, usually I'm eating maybe 4 to 6 grilled nuggets, again to give me a little bit more protein before I take on the other challenge of the day and having my kids. And then at dinner, it's just a sensible meal where we do a lot of grilled chicken, we do fish about once a week, and I'll do red meat even about once a week, do lots of vegetables, and then either choose brown rice, sweet potatoes, quinoa, something like that to add as well. So I don't eat after 7, so usually dinner is around 5:30. At the most, it's about 6, because again, I have 4 kids and they want to eat, so we're usually eating there, but then it's pretty strict. After 7, I don't eat. It's a supplement packet, and it has B12, it has guarana root, which is kind of a natural form of caffeine, and so I bypass coffee and use that, and it's loaded with different vitamin C's and B's and all that kind of good stuff. Yeah, so I think for me, mindset probably, again, when I had my 4 children and gained 50 pounds, it was really discovering what I need, and I had read a book and it had said a couple different things. Nothing tastes as good as health feels, and I know we've heard that before, but that just resonates with me because I've seen the healthy side of what I feel like when I'm a top collegiate athlete and feeling just really healthy and have the energy. And then also that the food that we eat is actually fuel for our body. And so if I'm putting bad fuel into my body, I'm not going to feel very good. So if you drive a Ferrari and are putting $1 gas in it, it's probably not going to run the best. And again, for me, when you're starting anything, the first couple of days, first weeks are pretty hard, and you feel kind of miserable because your body is detoxing from all of those other choices that we've made. But if you can get on the other side and feel the best that you've ever felt and have the energy, it's well worth it. So I'm around food all day long. I am the Chick-fil-A operator right here at Hilltop Chick-fil-A in Virginia Beach, and I'm surrounded by great food. And that's what draws people into our restaurant. And so all day long I have chicken sandwiches staring me at the face, and it smells so good. And I will indulge probably about once or twice a month. I'll eat a Chick-fil-A sandwich because, again, that's where Chick-fil-A came from. That's my roots, and that's what has made our company so great. And thankfully now, fast forward to 2018, we have great other alternatives, and so that's where the grilled products have really been a blessing to me, and that's why what I'll choose over the fried products day in and day out. Once I changed the way that I wanted to feel, I choose it less and less. So probably in a given month now, it'd be probably twice a month I'll have 2 or 3 fries. Whereas when I'm not feeling so great or confident about myself or making good choices, maybe even every day that I would want to grab the fries. But when I'm being really intentional with my protein, shakes it in the morning, and I feel that boost of energy in the afternoon instead of the lull, it's well worth it to me to bypass that. And I'll get my savory, salty from other options. Just to look at Chick-fil-A, so the grilled, it obviously has some salt in it, so that helps a lot, just curb that saltiness. But then even here at Whole Foods, I like the cassava. They have chips now that are lime, so and it has, I don't know, it just gives me the saltiness I need. I will indulge in bacon. That's a big thing for me. So I'll do that if I really need it, because again, it's protein. Yeah, it's much more fatty, but if I have to have it, that's what I'll do. So those are kind of my go-tos. I love hummus, so hummus does it as well. Yeah, I would say in the past I would definitely use food for emotional reasons. I think most of us could say, or probably all of us could say that yes, it feels good to eat when you feel down in the dumps. I think the more you choose healthy options and the more that your body feels so different, that the pan of brownies with the icing used to be one of my favorites go to when it was easy, or the ice cream, that becomes fewer and fewer. And so the thing for me would be, first, don't beat yourself up, because we've all been there. But second would be, what do you want to feel like afterwards? So it's so easy for us to get caught up in the moment of this feels good right now, but realizing on the back end you're actually going to feel worse. So for me, it goes back to the old cliche, but mind over matter. If you can pull yourself out of that emotion just for a moment and say, hey, what do I want to really feel like? Do I want to feel down in the dumps? Do I want to feel like I'm having the worst day? You are the only one that can choose your life and what your day is going to look like. So there's all sorts of things that can happen to you. But I believe that 90% of life is you have the responsibility. The other 10% is, kind of out of your control, but you have 90% of it. So make good choices.